What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man, and I hope all is well with you. Hope you're kicking ass and taking names, just fucking crushing it. I just, again, I want to keep saying it. I'm super thankful for you guys. I'm super thankful that I did this. I'm super thankful to Patty because she really just helped push me into the room, and she's like, just go get in the room and start your fucking podcast. So I'm super thankful to her. So shout out to you, babe. And then everyone else that has given it a chance, and then everyone else that continues to, message and even ask questions and prompt new episodes. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate you guys. The last couple of days, I want to talk this episode. I would just want to talk about a little bit of everything we've talked about, but really mainly about the logical reasoning behind what you need to do to get out of your funk or to just like stop feeling blah, or whatever about yourself. So recently, a couple of days ago, I woke up and I was like, I'm just not feeling it again. Like I wasn't, like my body. So here's the thing. Side note, I'm doing a 2-week baseline blood work test. I'm getting off the supplements and like protein, a little bit of creatine, BCAAs. I do my research and I do I do what I have to do to be at my optimal like level of being able to play, energy, all that stuff. And we could talk about that before, in another episode, and actually maybe even interview the doc because she's pretty fucking awesome. So I'm doing two weeks of that just so I can get a baseline, and then from there see if there's anything that I'm deficient in, right? So and then from there, then I'm going to work out a plan to start supplementing the things that I know or the research tells that will help in that area. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Either way, these last 2 weeks, there's been times I felt really, really good. Went to the gym, did breath work, etc. And then like a couple of days ago, like I woke up and I'm like, man, my body's like cracky and achy. It's like I'm not eating, I'm not drinking any beer. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So like, I'm like, what is going on? So I just wasn't feeling it. And it took me a long time. It was a weekend, right? So I had some extra time to just really I'm like, man, I just feel like not doing anything right now or not moving my, just watching like Netflix. And so I got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go outside. Got the weigh mats, laid them outside, and I just watched some YouTube for a little bit outside. That felt good. And I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, man, I need to fucking do some breath work. Because if I do the breath work, I know I'm going to feel like I know logically after I do breath work based on the science and just, 1 + 1 = 2. Donna, and I goddamn know how to add if anybody's watching Suits right now. That would be a quote from the show Suits on Netflix. And if you're not watching it, if you're interested in that type of stuff, it's about lawyers and it's just kind of like a Mad Men-esque /lawyer/ telenovela. I would suggest watching. It's pretty entertaining. But yeah, where's it going with that? Yeah, so it just logically really, I'm like, I have to go do the breath work, and then it took me a minute. Like I didn't do it right away because I'm like, I don't really want to do it. Fuck, I just want to watch this next YouTube video. And then again, I think this is the same thing throughout life. You get to that point where you're just like, all right, I got to do something. I can't just be sitting here all day, not moving forward or not doing something. Not saying that you can't take those days, but I'm saying, you got to take less of those days, right? Or I would suggest doing less of those days. You do whatever you want. So whatever. Here's the story. I did the breath work, and it took me like 30, 45 minutes to get to the level that I usually get to in terms of breath work. But then I started walking around in the backyard, no shirt on, of course, because I got to get my vitamin D. And just just walking like in circles, right? Like I think my neighbors, they're like, "What is this guy doing?" Like imagine me out there just doing breath work, walking around in circles, looking like a caveman, no shirt on. You know what I mean? It's pretty intense. I would assume for the neighbors if they watch. They may not be watching. See, that's just our brains talking, but everyone thinks about that shit. So So that's it. So the point of the story is like after the breath work, I felt fucking great. And then I came back inside. So I feel like there's a couple things there, right? One, there's certain things that I think we know that we need to be doing, right? There's certain things that we know we should be doing. And I feel like those are the things that you're going to get to them, right? Especially if you like know that if I do this is going to be good for me, and we're conscious of it. That's like that raised awareness. Then we decide to do it. And the more we do it, even when we don't want to do it, it just becomes something that we do, right? It becomes a habit. It becomes part of ourselves. And the longer we do it, it's just part of what we do. And so I think overall, like when we talk about life is just an accumulation of situations and decisions made over time, then really the thought is making these decisions that we know are good for us logically more over a long period of time. And that statistically or mathematically, should get you to a better, longer, maybe not longer depending on whatever it is, but like definitely at a better life, right? Like a better stage or situations over a long period of time. So your life in essence is just better. So those I think those are the things to keep in mind is like, and it's okay, right? It's okay to not jump on it right away. And I think everybody's different. Some people are, depending again on your influences in terms of how you brought up and all these things. It's just like some people are like, nah, type A, I'm going, done, good, let's go. And that's great too, because like you get a lot of things done, especially if you know those things are good for you, right? Those people are like the extreme athletes, like, like we can all be extreme athletes if we're like, all right, all we're going to do is get up and over a long period of time is just, water polo, you know what I mean? Like whatever you want, like fill in the blank, whatever means the most to you in that position. But it really is, that's the thing. So I think for most of us, right, if we're not the super athletes, but for like the masses, right, for most of us that are in the same sort of realm of like decision making and things we have to do in school and work and kids and parents and family and all that stuff, it's like just figure out these things that you need to do in these certain situations that are going to help you move things forward, whether it's your health or your relationships, but really start working that brain muscle or that consciousness muscle or that awareness muscle to figure out, okay, like I know I got to do this, and then go do it, and then figure it out. And it's easy. It's easy to say go do it, but for people are like, yeah, but like I know that I got to do this, but then why don't I do it? And then I really think it's just like figure out where you've already made other changes and then how you've done it. And I promise you it's something like you didn't want to feel that way, or that feeling was a driver enough for you to like do something different, which is everything we've been talking about in all, in all the episodes in the podcast. It really is just that. So that's the story. Wasn't feeling it. I knew I needed to change something or change my situation in that moment. Went outside, started slowly, and I just knew that, again, scientifically, doing breath work is going to make me feel better, like make me feel amazing. So if I'm not feeling amazing, then I should just do breath work, even though I'm feeling not amazing to the point of starting breath work. I'm like, right? It's just like, nah, I don't really want to do it. I don't fucking feel like it. But it's again, it goes back to that balancing and weighing out, like, well, if you don't do it, you're going to continue feeling this way. And you already know if you do it, you're going to feel better. So even though you don't want to do it in this very moment, I know you don't want to feel this way. So go fucking do it, and that's pretty much it. So that's just another reminder, figure it out, whatever situation it is. But if you already can lock in that logic reasoning behind why you're doing it, you're just going to end up doing it. So keep crushing it. Remember, take a look at your health, whether health, wealth, emotional, relationships. Just, I would, sometimes I break things into verticals. So I'll write down different verticals in terms of, just who am I, what my life is, and then really figure out like, in which vertical, going back to the last episode, are you more successful in? And what do you need, what do you need to work on, right? In terms of making those decisions. All right, homies, that's it. I hope you guys are crushing it. I hope you feel good. If you know you got to do something, just go fucking do it. It may take you a couple of hours. It may take you a couple of days. But at some point, if you know it's good for you, you might as well go do it. All right, keep crushing it. Love you guys. And don't forget, nothing changes until you do.